Yard line. What an effort by Parrish.
This is one of those deals where you outrun your feet. You're going so fast your body can't keep up with your feet.
And Teddy Bruschi got a conditioning. Let's run some sideline to sideline. Bruschi's over on the left side. Now they all start coming back this way. Parrish now, there he goes. Almost slips once.
Here's where he outruns his feet. Right?
There they go again.
Holcomb gave him a pretty good block.
That's some great pursuit by that New England defense.
You got to have speed to do that. And you got to be young.
Ryan Lindell will try a 46-yard field goal. He's hit 14 out of 15 this year. That's his second miss this season. Bruschi and company turn him back again with 15 seconds to go first quarter.
The road to the ultimate prize of European football continues with match day 4 of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN. Live Tuesday, Real Betis is home to take on Group G leaders Chelsea. Then it's off to Norway, where Rosenborg plays host to Real Madrid. Then PSV is home in Eindhoven to take on Serie A elite club AC Milan. Then on Wednesday, Spanish holders mighty Barcelona takes on the pride of Greece, Panathinaikos. And on Friday, French club Lille plays Big Red Manchester United. Inter Milan of the Serie A takes on Porto. Portugal's other club in the Champions League, Benfica, faces Spanish club Villarreal. And in a huge game, Juventus of the Serie A is home to play Germany's Bayern Munich. It's match day 4 of the UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
Monday Night Countdown at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. It's the best place to get ready for Monday night's action. Then on ABC at 9 Eastern, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers host the Ravens on a Halloween edition of Monday Night Football. First drive New England had, they threw the ball every time. Patrick pass, gets a run. Pass. May have found a new star here in New England on the offensive side of the ball.
And Michael, it's not that they didn't try and run the ball. They had penalties on them.
That's the end of the first quarter here in New England. The comeback night for Teddy Bruschi. We're scoreless.
Fighter is the lead back for Parker. Great block by Hines Ward, and there goes fast Willie Parker. Going to the end zone for a touchdown. A 37-yard gallop.
Studied film of the Iverson-Weber combination, trying to figure out why the problems. Oh, Carter! From Jefferson.
Manning looking. Here comes the pressure. Pass away. Catch is made. It's Turner again against the Broncos like he did back in '98.
Doing too much today. A couple of bogeys at 7 and 8 hurt him.
Oh, look at this for Steve Lowry.
That helps the batting average.
You bet it does. That gets him to...
Ferocious linebacker Ray Lewis leads the great defense of the Baltimore Ravens into Pittsburgh to battle the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a key game between AFC North rivals who both need a win to move up in the division. Let's play some football. Ravens, Steelers. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown. Live tonight, the NFL on ESPN, home of Super Bowl 40.
Ready to start the second quarter at beautiful Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. A facility Bob Kraft spent $325 million of his own money to build. Very reflective of New England and a great place to watch a game.
Great place to broadcast one from.
Isn't it ever? Pass again. Patrick pass couple of inches shy of a first down. Ryan Denny, number 92, in on the tackle.
They're just quick handoffs, and what the Bills are doing, they're sending more than 4 guys. And what they're doing is they're running by the runner. That time, Laurie Malloy comes in and doesn't look at the runner. You have to look at the runner first and then go to the quarterback.
And that time, Sam Adams also was on a stunt. He took himself right out of the play. They ran right where he voided from. Buffalo was allowing 5.1 yards a carry against them. That rush defense, that's the worst in the league. Pass, fumbles the football.
The Bills had the best shot at it. They indicate they have it, and they do.
The ball just dropped out of his hands as he ran towards the sidelines. Now, I don't know whether it looked like maybe something happened to his leg. And then, watch this, he's running. Nobody really hits him. And the ball just drops out, and he goes to grab his hamstring. He just dropped the football.
Aaron Schobel with the recovery. Another big break for Buffalo.
The PGA Tour presents the 2005 Chrysler Classic of Greensboro. It was smooth sailing all day for KJ Choi at Forest Oaks Country Club. The Korean native separated himself from the field on Sunday with birdies on the first 4 holes. Choi led the event in driving accuracy and putting average for the week, shooting all 4 of his rounds in the 60s. The highlight of the final round came at the par 3 12th. Choi put his tee shot in the bunker and had this for birdie. The 35-year-old collected his first win in more than 3 years, vaulting into 33rd on the PGA Tour money list, ever so close to the season-ending Tour Championship. Congratulations, KJ Choi, the 2005 Chrysler Classic of Greensboro champion.
Nothing. We're in the second quarter at Foxborough. The Bills and the Patriots. This is a game everybody talks about, the return of Teddy Bruschi, of course, but this is a game for first place in the AFC East. New England comes in 3-3. Buffalo is 3-4.
And everybody thought, the New England here at home, you're just going to run all over the Buffalo Bills. Well, so far that hasn't happened.
Patrick Pass limped off the field. We'll get a report on him as soon as we can. It looked like it was either a hamstring or a cramp.
Well, Patrick Pass, watch him. It's his left leg, and the ball is in his left hand. Watch what he does. He feels that he just drops the football. And I'm going to tell you something. I have never seen that.
I agree. I mean, I've seen a player go to the ground with a bad leg, but there was an instance where he just went to grab the back of his left leg.
And another injury for a team that's already been devastated by them. Pass has been playing because Corey Dillon is not 100%. McGahee, another good run inside the 35. And if you're Buffalo, the frustration is going to start setting in. They have held the ball and held the ball and held the ball. They have nothing to show for it.
Well, the thing about that one on Willis McGahee on that play and the one before, he showed patience in running and then waited for the hole to open up instead of just going there. You know, when coaches say, well, we want you to explode into the hole, but there's got to be a hole to explode into.
McGahee has already carried the ball 10 times for 42 yards. Now they put Williams in to give him a breather. Holcomb dumps it to Shawn Williams. And Williams breaks a tackle and gets down to the 30-yard line. Dan Klecko got him.
Arturo Freeman comes up and he thinks he's going to put a lick on him. Watch this. Man, you got to wrap your arms around the guy. Number 25 is Arturo Freeman. You missed the tackle.
And I'll tell you, if Arturo Freeman goes down, they're running out of people. It becomes the linebacker, Donald Davis, number 51, probably winds up playing safety.
Well, he's their 4th starter at free safety this year. McGahee thought about bouncing it outside, then takes it inside for about 1.5 yards. Klecko again on the stop. Remember, they lost Rodney Harrison, their great team leader and their strong safety. He blew out a knee, tore 3 ligaments, so he's gone. And it's gone downhill ever since. There's Bruschi back out on the field. He's played a lot of plays tonight. and comes in on 3rd and long.
You just expect him to make some kind of a Bruschi play, an interception, a fumble recovery, a big sack, something that Teddy Bruschi does and has done.
Kelly Holcomb goes to the shotgun. Molds dragged down at the 23-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Arturo Freeman again made the stop.
I don't care how long Eric Moles has been in the league. If you think that you're going to cover him man-to-man all over this field, you're crazy.
And the other thing is now all of a sudden you're reaching the area where the New England Patriot defense has really struggled, the red zone. Teams have been down there 19 times coming into this game and scored 15 touchdowns. That is very uncharacteristic of this New England defense.
McGahee. Oh, really had his legs cut out from under him. Eugene Wilson came flying up from the free safety spot and said hello.
Well, this is the way you make a tackle. Look at this. Watch Wilson come up in here. Look at this, right at the knees, right where you're supposed to hit him. He didn't even wrap his arms around. He just knocked him off his feet.
Whoa. Right at the knees, huh, Paul?
Whoa. You're going down. You get hit in the knees, you're going down.
Yeah.
They show blitz. Come with it. It's picked up well. Molds to the 10. Brought down by Asante Samuel. Let's check in again with Susie.
And Mike, it's no stretch to say that Eric Mold's patience has been tested. During his 10-year career, he's played with 8 different starting quarterbacks, 6 offensive coordinators, 4 head coaches. He talks to Marvin Harrison every week, and Molds is so envious how long Marvin and Peyton Manning have been together. They always know what to expect from each other. For Molds, it's always about making adjustments, and each adjustment takes time.
Susie, he'd love to get a pass for a touchdown here, as the Bills are driving. McGahee bounces it outside with that speed. And a good tackle by Dwayne Starks.
This has been some really good offensive play calling by Tom Clements, their coordinator, but some terrific eyes. And you talked about it before, Paul, the patience that Willis McGahee has shown. Does a nice job of getting outside and forcing the corner, Dwayne Starks, to come up and make the tackle. Tom Clements, former Notre Dame quarterback, now the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I did have to get that in there. Don't even look at me. Yes, I did.
2nd and goal. Molds was the man in motion. Holcomb is looking that way. Throws, but it's incomplete. Batted away by Mike Vrabel.
Oh, Mike Vrabel. You know, Mike Vrabel is the only guy that has an interception on this football team.
And that one went for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was in the second game of the year, and Vrabel plays this perfectly. Watch number 50 just move himself back into the middle of the field. He's there to knock the ball away from the tight end. You know, Vrabel is another, he's like Bruschi. They know everywhere to be on the field. They know, and they just seem to know where the tight ends are going to be, and they get there before the tight end does.
Tim Ewis had the ball get right to his hands and then was separated from it by Vrabel. Holcomb throws incomplete. If he throws that ball on target, it's picked off by Asante Samuel.
Not only that, we're watching him run all the way down the football field for a touchdown. Trying to get the ball to Josh Reed. Tries to get it to him. Well, you're so right, Mike. If this thing is thrown any higher,
it's gone. It's 100 yards. Now, can Buffalo finally score? They have dominated this game. They've dominated the clock.
What's the score?
0-0.
Oh.
Ryan Lindell missed his first attempt. But he won't miss here. And the Buffalo Bills finally see their good work pay off. They're up 3-0.
On each offensive play, the quarterback will hand the ball off for a running play or pass the ball. There are a number of different patterns that his receivers will run in order to elude the defense. Here are some of the more common pass patterns or pass routes. In a post route, the wide receivers run straight down the field and then cuts toward the goalpost, sometimes using the hash marks painted on the field as a guide. The quarterback times a long pass, usually 40 to 50 yards, slightly beyond the receiver, in hopes that the receiver outruns his defender and catches the ball in stride towards the end zone. A streak or fly route is a 20 to 40-yard pass pattern where the wide receiver runs straight down the field, usually trying to beat his defender in a one-on-one matchup. A swing route is designed for a running back. After lining up as if he will take a handoff, he instead runs toward the sideline. The quarterback times his pass to reach the running back near the sideline as he turns to run up the field.
The X Games on ESPN. Athletes redefining their sport.
Unbelievable.
When does athletic skill transcend the sport?
And he's got it over the height. Man, that was huge.
When does a trick become a miracle?
Are you kidding me?
Don't miss a special encore of X Games 11. Thursdays this October, only on ESPN.
Welcome back to New England. It's a battle for first place in the AFC East. A lot of people wouldn't have thought this would happen at this stage of the season, but it has. New England at 3-3. Buffalo can actually take the lead in the AFC East with a win tonight. They would be 4-4 and the only team that didn't have a losing record, and the ball control has been completely dominating. 33 plays on drives of 11 plays, 11 plays, and 11 plays. 17 minutes and 35 seconds. The Patriots, with 8:41 to go in the first half, have had the ball only 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Still, they trail by only 3-0. Ellis Hobbs and Bethel Johnson are deep for Ryan Lindell's kick. Bethel Johnson, who can fly from the 3. Nice cut across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Taken down there, and Tom Brady will bring the offense back out on the field for the defending Super Bowl champion. Teddy Bruschi doing it all tonight, not just playing inside linebacker. He's on special teams as well.
As a source of energy, wind power alone can't do it all. Because just to power a city like Paris would take 20,000 turbines. We believe that meeting all our energy needs will take innovation, conservation, and collaboration. Will you join us?
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Mazda, always the soul of a sports car. Miller Lite, on your next beer run, grab some great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. And Verizon Wireless, watch ESPN sports clips anytime on VCast. It's broadband quality video right on your phone.
Beautiful time of the year to be in New England.
Pumpkin time everywhere.
You can have the jack-o'-lantern. I'd like the pies. Corey Dillon checks in. Patrick Pass limped off with a leg injury is what we're told. Gibbons makes a catch, wrapped up in a hurry and brought down. I'll check in with Susan.
Mike, here's something surprising about Tom Brady. He admitted to us that up until the last few games of last season, he didn't really know how to prepare for each week's game. He was watching film but didn't always know what to look for, or maybe he was looking for the wrong thing. Now when he takes the field, he understands every scenario and what defense he might see in that scenario. 110 plays, let's say, in a game plan, he always knows what to expect. That's maturity of a quarterback.
Susie, the other fascinating thing about Tom Brady, he insists he's not a very good athlete. He says he was a backup quarterback on a bad high school football team. He was an outstanding catcher. This pass goes downfield for the tight end Daniel Graham and is overthrown. I think he's a pretty good athlete.
Well, I think we lose sight of the fact that he really hasn't played a lot of football. He's had unbelievable success. He's the youngest quarterback to win 3 Super Bowls. He's really only been a starter 3.5, 4 years.
And he split time in Michigan and college.
And he is continuing to grow and grow and grow. He has total command of this offense, and that's why this team is able to come back at the end of games and win a couple like they did earlier this year.
He was a co-starter, if you will, at Michigan with Drew Henson. Brady on a roll to the near side, had it in the hands of his receivers. Deion Branch couldn't hold it because he was hit by Eric King, number 29, the rookie out of Wake Forest. Bill Belichick not pleased with what's going on with his ball club.
And to me, I watched practice on Friday. I watched a lot of film on the New England Patriots. Uncharacteristically, they have dropped a lot of football in key situations. You catch that, you keep a drive going. Now you got to give the ball back to the Bills. That's the kind of year it's been for them.
And Branch has been having a career season. Parrish. Gets it back to about the 27-yard line. 46-yard punt, 18-yard return, and a scuffle away from the tackle.
Spirited divisional rivalry. It's the first time the Pats have played a division opponent. This is
That's unusual. Seventh game of
the season. Well, that means they're going to play 6 of them down the road.
Ron Winter will explain this one to us.
They're pointing in a bad direction for the Bills.
During the kick, holding number 82 of the receiving team. A 10-yard penalty. First down.
82 is Josh Reed. Called for the penalty. That will back up the Bills, and we'll check on the spot when we come back.
The PGA Tour presents the 2005 Michelin Championship at Las Vegas. Wes Short began the final round of the Michelin Championship at Las Vegas 3 shots off the lead, watching 3-time Vegas champ Jim Furyk charge through the back 9. But a miscue by Furyk on the 18th hole at the end of regulation opened the door for the 41-year-old Texas native.
Yes. What a great feeling for the man.
It took only 2 playoff holes for Wes Short to claim his very first PGA Tour title. With his win, Short jumps from relative obscurity to 70th on the money list. But most importantly, he earns a 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour. Congratulations, Wes Short, the 2005 Michelin Championship at Las Vegas champion.
And now,
back in New England, where the Bills continue to lead the Patriots 3-0. Buffalo in a big hole here. They'll have to start from the 8-yard line after the holding penalty on the punt return.
And if you're the New England Patriots, you've got to come up with some kind of a turnover, some kind of a play. I mean, having 1 interception and 2 fumbles as turnovers in the 7th, going into the 7th game of the season, isn't going to cut it for your offense.
McGahee off the left side. Nice hold, flag down. So is McGahee at the 15-yard line, and it looks like this one will come back on a holding call.
Holding. Offense number 69. Penalized half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
Mike Gandy, the left tackle. Now let's go to Chris Berman in the studio. A SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. Chris?
All right, Mike, thank you very much. What a huge win for the Giants. They're in first in the NFC East as they batter the Redskins 36-0. Meanwhile, batter the NFC champion Eagles, blasted in Denver 49-20 when the Broncos are 6-2. We'll see at halftime with our fastest 3 minutes with our halftime heroes, which might include some New York Giants playing for their hero who passed away this week. Guys?
All right, Boomer, thanks very much. After the penalty, 1st and 14. McGahee on the draw, slips up the middle, and McGahee to the 17-yard line. He is really running hard tonight.
Up until that play on the road this year, McGahee has only averaged 56 yards rushing the ball. Now, up until that play, it was 13 carries for 56 yards. Now he's got 14 carries for 69 yards.
And really, as he goes, this Buffalo Bill offense goes. I mean, they really are geared around him.
It's easy to forget how powerful he is. He doesn't look nearly as big as he's listed. But he's got tremendous speed and obviously more power than you would think. Monty Beisel is in on the stop. They picked up Beisel as a free agent from Kansas City this year.
And one of the things you look at is how are they trying to attack this defense. You look and they're running right up the middle of this defense, right where Teddy Bruschi lines up, right where Vince Wolfolk, their nose tackle, the young second-year player from Miami, has got to do a better job of anchoring the middle of that defense.
The Bills are doing an exceptional job. That offensive line is built to run block and apparently also built to hold, because there's another flag down. Been a bunch of those.
Holding. Offense number 66. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
It's Benny Anderson, the veteran they signed out of the Baltimore Ravens. Willis McGahee, remember that national championship game in the Fiesta Bowl? He suffered a devastating knee injury, tore up 3 ligaments. The Hurricanes would go on to lose in double overtime to Ohio State. McGahee would need that major knee surgery. His stock obviously went down in the 2003 draft. The Bills took a really big chance. They still had Travis Henry here. They drafted him with a 23rd overall pick, but certainly he is paying benefits. You can just see how talented this kid is.
And Travis Henry had like 1,400 yards that year.
Exactly.
I mean, he had an incredible amount of yards, 1,500 yards, and they still went out and got him. And now Travis Henry is in Tennessee.
Holcomb. Out in the flat to Campbell, and the big tight end. Forced out of bounds by Vrabel.
One of the things about McGahee when they went out to get him, you got to think, what was it, 23rd pick?
Exactly.
They really didn't, you know, in the 23rd pick, they said, you know, this guy is going to be okay. If he comes around, they knew he wasn't going to play. They knew they still had Travis Henry. And they brought this guy in, and they did it right with him. They didn't rush him into anything. When he was ready to play, he played, and look what he's doing now. He's one of the top 5 running backs in the National Football League.
Boy, Tom Donahoe took a lot of grief for that pick, though. Blitz coming. They don't get there. Dump it off to McGahee underneath. McGahee got away from Eugene Wilson and forced out of bounds. Let's check in with Susan.
Well, Mike, back to what Paul had said in the open about McGahee being the self-proclaimed best back in the NFL. His head coach sees him simply as a confident player with no intent to provide bulletin board material. And the improvement, he said, was so evident because early on he was kind of picking his way and not really being patient. Now he's truly hitting it downhill and making yards. And it appears that nothing is there. He still manages to make yards. But remember, he's still young, and this offensive line has only had 1 game together.
Well, he's had an impressive night tonight so far, Susie. He has had the Bills on both sides of the ball. Holcomb throwing deep. Incomplete. Could have easily been picked off by Starks. It was intended for Lee Evans, but he couldn't get position.
You know what, though? I like the call, and this is something the Buffalo Bills have to do. It was a first down play. You've been picking up first downs. You feel good about the rhythm. Now you just throw it down the field and give Lee Evans a chance to make it against Dwayne Starks, who has been picked on. So I figure, why not? Let him go try and make a play on it. I like the call. Back the defender up a little bit.
That was only the 3rd ball over 20 yards Kelly Holcomb has thrown since he has taken over as the starter for Lossman. Now they'll go to Shawn Williams. And Buffalo as a team, 11 pass attempts, over 20 yards. That means the ball's in the air for more than 20 yards. That's unheard of in this day and age in the NFL. But the reason the quarterbacks haven't had time to throw it 20 yards.
It isn't just Kelly Holcomb. People say, well, the quarterback doesn't have a strong arm. You have to be able to be in position in games to do it, and your offensive line has to give you an opportunity to do it.
Williams and Burns are in there together for Buffalo. And now New England on defense will have to burn a timeout, maybe because of the formation and the personnel they had in there. Down to 4 minutes to go in the half, still 3-0.
Ferocious linebacker Ray Lewis leads the great defense of the Baltimore Ravens into Pittsburgh to battle the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a key game between AFC North rivals who both need a win to move up in the division. Let's play some football. Ravens, Steelers. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown. Live tonight, the NFL on ESPN, home of Super Bowl 40.
Ryder is the lead back for Parker. Great block by Hines Ward, and there goes fast Willie Parker. Going to the end zone for a touchdown. A 37-yard gallop.
Studied film of the Iverson-Weber combination, trying to figure out why the problems. Oh, Carter! From Jefferson.
Manning looking. Here comes the pressure. Pass away. Catch is made. It's Turner again against the Broncos like he did back in '98.
Doing too much today. A couple of bogeys at 7 and 8 hurt him.
Oh, look at this! For Steve Lowry.
That helps the batting average.
You bet it does. That gets him to...
When a boxer prepares, he's only thinking of success. He's only thinking of destruction. But to conquer, he must obliterate the hopes of his opponent and be the only man standing. Fight night, only on ESPN.
Back in New England, 3-0. Now that's discipline. You line up in order. Teddy Bruschi, what a return. 30 of 39 plays, so much for any conditioning issue.
He's getting it now.
Well, that whole defense has got to be tired. They've been out there all night long. Holcomb, Moulds, held on. He was drilled again by Wilson, who's had some big hits.
All right, I'll tell you what, this is one of the times when the wide receiver, I don't care how long you played, you go back to the quarterback and let's just say, let me tell you something. You hang me out to dry like that one more time, and I'm going to wrap you in the mouth.
Well, we don't do it on purpose.
No, you don't.
I
But you got him stretched out, and look at Wilson. That's just an outstanding play by Wilson to be there.
Defensive backs love exposed holes.
You think we do that on purpose, don't you?
Bethel Johnson is deep. Low line drive kick. Johnson from the 11. Cuts back a couple of different times up to about the 22-yard line. 10-yard return after a 49-yard punt. Buffalo dominating, but still up by only 3.
The offensive leader of each team is called the quarterback. The quarterback, or QB, will direct the team from the huddle prior to each play. He will either call the plays himself or more commonly relay instructions from his coach via an electronic earpiece in his helmet. Because of the vast number of plays available, some less experienced quarterbacks may wear a cheat sheet on their arm until they have the plays memorized. Just prior to the snap, the quarterback may audible. Here he is changing the play by yelling to his teammates if he sees the defense has adjusted to his original play call or responds to weakness in the defensive formation. The two types of plays the offense will run through the quarterback are running and passing plays. Because the defense must use very different techniques to defend against the pass and the run, there's a great deal of strategy on both sides to determine which type of play will be used on each down.
Next Saturday night, what a ball game. Two of the nation's best in a showdown. Number 5, Miami, trying to catch Marcus Vick, and number 3, Virginia Tech, atop the Coastal Division of the ACC. College football primetime, Saturday at 7:30 on ESPN. New England, can they get anything going on offense? Not there, as Corey Dillon carries for maybe a yard. Angelo Crowell makes the tackle. Patriots being shut out right now. It hasn't happened in the first half since 2003 at Buffalo, a string of 37 games.
Of course, we know what happened in that one. The Bills just ran all over the Patriots, and then they ran off about 18, 19 in a row. Troy Brown in a sweatsuit.
So many guys hurt for this ball club. Seymour not starting again. Of course, they do get Bruschi back tonight, and that's huge.
Encroachment. Defense number 95. 5-yard penalty. It remains second down.
Now that's encroachment.
That's a big, it's a big encroachment.
And they're going to find you, Sam.
Look at time of possession. The Bills have had the ball 22 minutes of the first half. The Pats 5. And even if they keep it now, they'll only be up to about 7.
Doesn't matter. They only have 3 points on the board. And that's what's encouraging for New England.